Jewel. This is Jewel Lennard, and I help entrepreneurs and artists to show up big and connect with your people. So today we're going to talk about social media, particularly how to set up your social media from a tactical perspective, right? There are some things that you need to know that will make it a little bit simpler and so that you don't waste your time setting up social media. Because if you're not going to set it up right, not that it, I mean, there's tons of different ways to set it up. And I hate to say that there's a right or wrong way to do it. There are some ways to do it that are appealing, visually appealing, and there's some ways to do it that are just not appealing. And again, we have to remember that everything is just a tool that is set up in order to allow you to expand your presence and have people know and connect with you and learn what you're about. So, whatever you do, you want to do it in a way that it elevates you or presents you in the right light. It's kind of like, it's like how you get dressed on social media. It's like you put on certain clothes, when you want a certain, effect. If you want to be sexy, you put on sexy clothes. If you want to be, you doing some work and you want to be, people take you serious, you going into the office, you put on a suit. At least you used to do back in the day. But you know what I'm saying? It's your packaging. It's the way you present yourself. So let's get into the content. Now, the one thing you need to know. So the first thing you need to know, and we've talked about this before, is you must secure your brand in the sense of the handle that you're going to use. If there's a logo you want to use, your company name that you want to use, you want to establish that first. The reason why is because people are going to look for you. Different people will look for you in different platforms. But if you have a consistent name that can be recognized, it'll be easier for them to find you and recognize you, right? So, for example, my agency is Get Crystallized Agency. So I'm either going to be Get Crystallized. I actually couldn't get Crystallized, which is what I originally wanted. So then we changed to Get Crystallized, right? So all my social media is going to be Get Crystallized or Crystallize Me. It's going to be something like that so that you know how to find me. Okay, my pooch now is. Did you have something you wanted to share, Dior? Huh? Do you want to share? My pooch is down here talking to you about social media. So you want to do that first, whatever it is. And I would try to get. May I help you? Okay, wait a minute. Wait, hold on a second. Dior would like to share. Come here, Pooch. Come here. What you want to do? You want to talk about something? No, you can't go. Okay, this is Dior. Dior wants to talk to you about establishing your social media account. So, what did you have to share, Dior? You just want to be on camera, huh? You just want to be on camera? You doggy bomb my show. I'm trying to get done and trying to get through something. Okay, this is Dior. You were talking a minute ago. No, hey, I will never get used to dogs licking me in the mouth. I'm sorry, that ain't happening. Why you quiet now? Hello? Okay, bye. Huh? Oh, did you say something? What? Okay, bye. Go upstairs. Okay, so where was I? Okay, she's such a diva, right? So anyway. Got to get my thoughts back. Okay. So that's really, really important. And I would say if you don't have that established quite yet, take some time and think about it before you set up any social media, because it's a pain. I'm going to tell you right now. There's some things that you can just change it on the fly and do it over. There's some things it's just such a pain to change that you want to put a little bit of thought into it so that it's at least something that can be flexible with you. Okay, because I've done this before. I've changed. I used to be Rise with Crystal, and I changed to Get Crystallized. And I can tell you, there's a lot of changes that have to be made, and it just is time consuming, right? So make sure you establish that first. Now, the second thing that you want to do is establish your visual brand, your logo. Now, don't spend a ton of time on a logo. I'm not saying do that. But what I am saying is that whatever it is, whatever the profile you want to be, the icon for your logo, right? The thing that's going to make you recognizable, that distinguishes you from someone else, that somebody can look at it and say, oh, right, okay, that must be Jewel. Oh, it's a diamond image with some smoke, right? That must be jeweled because that's get crystallized, right? So you want to make sure that whatever that thing is, you establish that, and then you use that as the profile on all your social media. The only social media that I use my picture on really is, and you could use your picture, there's nothing wrong with it. I just choose not to do that because I want my icon to be recognized for business purposes. For my personal stuff, I put my picture, right? So my personal Facebook, my personal Instagram, my LinkedIn, I use my face, right? I use my face. But for business profile, I use my icon, which is the diamond with smoke, right? Because this is where the magic happens. So and if you have a tagline, oh, that's great, incorporate that. But so establish whatever that is, and then before you even start, and that way everywhere you go, people can recognize you, right? It's consistent wherever you go. If you're looking at my stuff, you're going to see that little diamond because I've been diligent about making sure that my presence is consistent wherever it is. Okay. So make sure you do that. This is tactical stuff here now. This is not like why to do it, where to go. This is like, how do you get this done? Because I've been getting a lot of people asking me about this. And quite frankly, I don't do social media account setup. I don't really typically do that for other people other than clients. And it's not my thing because it's time consuming a little bit. And a lot of times it's personal. Like you have to think through to have the input to do it. And so there's a lot of setup that needs to be done. So let me just keep going. The next thing is when you go to set up your profile, okay, whatever platform you're on, typically there's going to be a profile picture, there's a cover image, and then there's going to be someplace where you describe your business and what you're about, okay? You want to write that in advance. You want to have that already set up before you sit down and set up your social media accounts. Take some time and think about what that is, because some form of it, you want it to be as consistent across platforms as possible, but some format of that is going to be visible on all your profiles. You might need to shorten it for Instagram. You might have more space, but typically if you can do something to make it the same length, the same description on all platforms, that's like perfect, right? So take some time to think about how you want to represent yourself to your clients and leads and people like that, and write that up in advance, because then tactically when you go to set up your profiles, it's just a copy and a paste, and you might have to reduce, maybe add some emojis, but it'll be a copy and a paste. And what I found is that going through the process of establishing that paragraph or that statement about who you are and what your business is about really is clarifying, right? Clarifying to you as a business person or as an influencer or promoter or artist, it's good for you because it helps you to do kind of the internal work to recognize, who am I, right? What am I about? Right? Get crystallized is a play on clarity, making, helping people to understand why we're doing things in marketing, why we do things in business, so that you can look at the big picture and get results, right? So crystallize is kind of a play on that. You may have something similar for your business. Get in touch with that and connect with what that is. It's going to help you in so many ways, including how you approach your business, how you approach people. Everything will be clearer, crystal clear, crystallized when you do that. Okay. And then finally, I wanted to, I can't read my handwriting. Finally, it's important to understand that when you sit down to do these, they're different. Your profile image will be probably the same size, but every single platform has a different size cover image. Okay. Every single one. You think you can be consistent, but no. Even within platforms, Facebook cover page is a different size than a Facebook event cover. Is a different size than a Facebook, what do you do? Profile, business profile. They're all different sizes. So here's what you do. You come up with what you want your background to be, which actually I'd like to change mine now. I got to put some thought into it. But you come up with what you want that cover's image to be, the background, okay? And then you go to Canva. It's a free tool, and Canva will allow you to resize based on whatever those images are. And then you save those images off, okay? So in case you ever have to redo it or re-upload or whatever, you have them available. But every single platform, this is about getting organized and being able to tactically set up your social media in one sitting so you can actually use it, right? Because the most important way to have an effective social media presence is to be present daily or weekly or monthly or what on some consistent cadence out there, so your people know when to find you and they know what they can expect. Okay, so Lunch with Jewel, I admit it's not always lunchtime, okay, but I try to be out here consistently Monday through Friday to add some value into your life. So hopefully I'm doing that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share today about tactically setting up your social media. One, make sure that you know what your name is going to be, your handle is going to be, and try to find that on every platform. I would do that first. I wouldn't worry about putting up a profile image or anything. The first thing I would do is just go to whatever platform you want to be on and make sure you can get your handle. Okay, so you get your handle first, then you establish your visual presence, which is your icon. It's the picture that goes along with your logo. Okay, whatever you want to be visually represented by, whatever that is. For me, it's a diamond with smoke. For you, it might be something else. Okay, but establish that icon, because that's going to be your visual presence, and then establish the paragraph that talks about what you're about. Save that off. Okay. And then when you get ready to, and then save all that off and design your cover, and then go into Canva so you can resize, and then sit down, and then boom, 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 you set them up. Okay. It's not boom, 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 like fast like that, because it is a little tedious. You have to log in. You need to use your email. You need to get, two-factor authentication. I mean, it takes longer. But the point is, if you have those things done in advance, then you're set up to successfully complete the task in a reasonable period of time. Otherwise, it's going to take you a long time. So I hope that was valuable for you. Like I said earlier, actually setting up social media platforms is not my jam. Like, I really don't offer that, but I get so many people asking me to do that what I'm probably going to do is just charge my regular hourly rate. And then as many platforms as we can, and help you through the process. It'll probably be like, my hour rate with a 1 hour minimum or something. And then I'll sit down with you and do it, because otherwise it's really kind of overwhelming for a lot of people. And I don't want to leave you hanging. So I'm going to come up with some kind of pricing model to be able to offer that, but just so you know. Anyway, I hope you have a great weekend planned. And I actually don't. I have my work plan this weekend. I need to do one thing fun a day. So put in the comments something fun that Jewel can do this weekend that's not working. Okay. And I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you found some value from my post this week. And I will see you next week on Lunch with Jewel. Bye for now.